him for top 4 already.
Really?
I know we still have a match tomorrow, but they'd hop him.
All right.
Which is crazy. I mean, I thought it was going to come down to the final match, but it may be done today, at least just for positioning. But you see there on your screen, CWL Champs, August 15th to 19th. Tickets on sale at mlg.com/CWL Champs. It's an incredible event every single year. Get your tickets now. But let's get into the action. Gibraltar Hardpoint to kick it off. EG, TK. We'll get that graph for the top picks. I do not believe TK has 3-0'd EG yet, but
we're on map
maybe
4,
some foreshadowing here.
Yeah, this is a great map for TK. I'm not sure EG's record, but I know this is a go-to for Team Kaliber. They're always trying to force his teams. Typically veto it versus them, but Aches and Assault are opening up the day. We're up this game with a solid start as Assault. He's got 2 kills in a row. He's going to get taken down by a nade, but a solid start for EG. They have these 20 seconds, but you can see on that mini-map, arrows 1 and 4 sort of backing on up. They want to make sure they can serve these spawns for that next tail. That's why they're playing so safe. You know, you'll take 20 seconds, give up that scrap time as you go towards that fort courtyard.
Kenny trying to maybe find an opening on the bottom side of the minimap. If he can push through Arch and make the play, he's going to opt to go top steps, look for the kills, picks Assault out of the hard point.
Out here.
And now he's got a chance to make the play. No, you're right. Still going to spawn deep.
I thought there was a chance there. I mean, typically when you break Fort Courtyard, a lot of teams, they break through gold. They just try to go through that turret room. That'll flip the spawns from time to time. So I thought that had the potential to do it. But Kenny, he gets taken out before those players spawn on up. And, well, EG, they're in a good position now. They're able to get some kills. And those players are trying to get pushed out. You have Apathy. He's in a good position to find that first player. And this is what you want your submachine guns to do on this map. If you can get them roaming around, it's just so easy for them. But I mean, accuracy able to take him down, and TK just keeping EG off this hill for some time.
Accuracy with a couple of big kills, just making sure EG can't push this lead out anymore. The wall bang's there, but Silly able to soak up the shots and find the kill. We'll now begin to focus on the rotation to the next hard point at Castle Road. Just about 10 seconds remaining here. And TK, they need to strike back. If they get broken early in this, it's going to get out of hand very quickly in this game.
Yeah, with about 5 seconds left on this hard point, we'll take a look at that scoreboard. Pharaoh, the flex player for TK, having a slow start. He just got his 2nd kill. On the other side, you have Assault at 11. Coming into play in a bit of a different spot. Sometimes we see it to flood the hill, but he's trying to give an avenue for Apathy, but he's not able to find it. At TK, they get 4 dead, and then watch those arrows. Look where Enable is trying to get. He's trying to get into a position to cut off the push from EG.
I know he gets picked by a nade, but at least making sure they focus on him top mid before they can apply pressure. Now you find a kill on accuracy. You can't get a position there at the low wall to get any shots, and his players try to hit across from bridge. They've now been able to contest from the front. This is everything you want if you're EG right now, to make it messy early. And Silly just winning that one-on-one, survives a little bit, finally drops though.
That's bad. Due to the positioning of Pharaoh, I think he actually spawned out, so he blocked the front spawn. So EG, what about 22 seconds left? So it's not the worst, it's scrap time, right? But you don't want to spawn down to that low turret on that hill.
It didn't even give you the option to hit the hard point again if you wanted to. TK right back though.
Yeah, they're fighting back. A couple of kills going their way, and they actually spawned those players out. So this rotation towards turret, you thought was going to go the way of EG, but TK fight on back.
A pinch developing here for sure, though. Assault's going to be hitting from the top side of cave. As he gets cleaned up, then that'll make the minimap make a little bit more sense. EG trying to find any kind of opening. Apathy doing what he can top middle. If he can apply some pressure there from top steps, make it very difficult for the players inside of the hard point. Pharaoh doing a nice job there from top window. EG's finding all the kills though, man.
And you actually hear Apathy getting, hyped up on the main stage again. A lot of people think the pressure is on EG. If there's one team who's in the top 4 that's gonna choke, they think it's going to be them. So, and they've been struggling, right? Not winning search and destroys, just losing rounds that shouldn't happen. And, I mean, they've lost some close series, but right now they do have a solid lead as we go back towards that pit center. But you do have TK set up, but just a 20-point game.
Still very close. Let's see what TK can do, though, as we kick off our 2nd set of rotations. Nice job by Kenny, pushing out these spawns. They're obviously going to have to break for the back, but still a ton of time here at pit that they want to focus on first. Enable doing a great job just making sure the pressure can't come in from rocks towards top mid. Pharaoh will be the next man up. He's got Assault bottom left. Spots him after he picks up a kill.
After he actually got a split spawn, so he goes top bridge, doesn't see anything. That's that number 2 arrow. Enable and Pharaoh are starting to work towards Fort Courtyard. You can see Pharaoh's positioning right now. He's trying to get through, but EG do a wonderful job sort of holding that 50-yard line, making sure they've had spawns. This is exactly what we saw at the start of the game, right? They'll play for some time, but then around 20 seconds, they're going to back on up and play a little bit more conservative.
They back it up. And now let's see what they can do with the courtyard setup. Yet again, last time, an excellent job pushing out the lead, but with the final ticks here on this hard point, Team Kaliber now get the lead change. They'll be the first. I was going to say first to correct the 100-point mark. A little 1 point shy.
And I pointed it out, Pharaoh had a 1-7 start. And now he is at 14-14. And yeah, you had that lead change, but that could be, he could be a big part of that, right? Just having that flush player, that AR, able to pick up those kills as well. He catches a nade from Ace. So Ace is locking down this arch side. You have Assault pushed out top middle. This is a great hold for EG. I mean, sometimes on Fort Courtyard, you just see teams just break through the front and just keep that team off the hill. Silly's going to have to deal with some pressure now. He's able to find the first one. That's an easy kill. His accuracy was trying to climb up that ladder. He has one more player. Easy kills for him. Enable now in
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWL Pro League Stage 2. Shots are in.
He guns him! He guns him off a tower! Racing behind, shots in the back, there's another one there!
I tell you what, we're in for another wild, wild ride.
Ay, 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 ay.
He's still alive. Ow! Do it again, Kurt. You are the king.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're about to replay map 1 EGTK. Apologies for those of you at home. Basically, there was a power surge in the block. Everything flickered for a moment. Obviously caused some issues on our end of the production side, but we're right back at it and ready to get the games underway.
Yeah, I think they were going to show a clip of the arena going out, but...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see what it looked like out there, but in here at least just flickered for like a moment.
Yeah, here we go.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Let's see what it looked like from the,
probably
the main stage. Yep, that's what happens. So if you're wondering why, whatever the stream pro
Billy got up like,
everyone's like, what?
It's
what in the
back
world's
on
going on? Yes, we are going to get right back into this best of 5. And it's a big one. Again, reminders if maybe you guys just joined or if you've been with us, but this is huge for both sides. TK in a position here to basically solidify themselves in the top 4. EG trying not to crumble. And they've got to, I mean, this is a tough spot because obviously, no one can control what just happened. There's a bit of a power flicker, probably gets 100 degrees outside. But you just have to shake it off, come back. It was a 17-point game, something like that when it went down. So very, very close.
Yeah, it was like 20 or 30 points. I saw, every single time an EG player tweeted, it got 10 points higher.
Oh,
it was like
I asked Paradox, it was 17.
It was 20 points, 30. Pat somehow ended up at 50.
We were up 180 points.
I was like, how does this keep growing? Like, that's not true at all. I think they were exaggerating because TK was fully rotated. So they were like, oh, we're going to get the last 20 seconds. Silly was one off streaks. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a full replay. So 0-0, we're loading up map number 1, Gibraltar Hardpoint. But as you said, between TK and EG, It's a huge match for both of these teams, and you know we have today, and then we have tomorrow, and our top 4 from Division A will be solidified, and then next week Division B will head on in. I'm excited about that. A lot of people, including myself, thought Division B wasn't be as interesting as it turned out to be, but teams like Unilad really stepped it on up. It'll be exciting to watch, but here we go.
All right, let's get right back into it for the replay. Kenny just soaring out to mid-map. He's going to have to deal with a couple of players out in front. Challenges the second. Incredible stuff there. A little bit of help over the top from Enable, I believe, as well. But a nice start here from Team Kaliber.
Yep, Kenny's trying to get pushed up towards that spiral staircase. Ace takes him down. You have Pharaoh set up. Remember, Pharaoh had a very slow start. And then he turned it around big time about midway through. But he had accuracy. He's able to find 3. He's on 4 in a row. Working on some streaks. This is good time, but once again, TK is going to get a lot of this time just due to EG. Just wanting to play for those spawns, and we've seen this. This is a huge risk because you're going to give up about 40 seconds or so. Then you have to have basically a full hold, and that can be tough at times on Fort Courtyard, and you have accuracy pushing up. So you have actually getting into a position, as you can see, EG. They are getting the scrap time. It'll be about a 20-point game, but I don't know if they're going to realize he's back here. Never mind, Silly turned around, so good awareness by him.
Accuracy's still here, but he needs some help if he's going to make a play. I mean, he can pick them apart from the back line, but he needs to rely on these reinforcements to get here.
Spawn kill Ace.
Exactly. I mean, Ace is going to have to try and deal with this, but got to be frustrating with one player in your back line there. Ace able to pick it up. And EG should be pulling out to a lead here momentarily, but nobody in the hard point.
Right, that's what that allows. Just one player in the back being annoying. A couple of players have to focus on that. That allows TK to get pushed past the 50-yard line, and then these guys can put pressure on this hill. As Kenny, he finds a couple of kills. Silly is able to trade that, but you know, we talked about it in that first playthrough where a lot of the times teams, when they attack Fort Courtyard, they're not too worried about getting the spawns. They're just worried about getting them off the hill, just minimizing the success that that team can have on this hill.
A big thing is going to be for Assault here. If he can pick up these streaks, would help so much to break Castle Road.
So we're right back to where we were. They're up 20.
Yeah, right.
Assault is one-off streaks.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right back into it. This is tough, though. I mean, this is not an easy scenario to find an easy kill to get these streaks. When you're trying to break into Castle Road, typically you're going to be at the, in a disadvantageous gunfight. But there he's able to do it. Picks him out of the window, almost lines up a second, but at least gets the glide bomb.
And the other reason it's tough, right, is because then your team has to sort of push a 3 versus 4. You're basically bidding your teammates to, hey, get a player weak, but if they don't get any kills, you're not going to push up. So then you're sort of in a situation where the TK guys, they get 40 to 50 points on a hill just because you were playing for those streaks. So it's always very tough. Assault, though, was able to get that glide bomb, but I believe that was Enable who was able to clean him up. And then after that, EG did have some pressure on the hill, but TK, they've gotten most of this time here on Castle Road.
TK getting the time. EG, though, trying to get set up for a turret. Let's hear as they try to get this set up going. We're going to go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with EG.
Yeah. Over top cave.
Multi full flank.
In a low cave. He's playing his streaks.
He's like one off.
Yeah, shot. Spiral, one shot. He got me. That's Enable.
Yeah, Spiral.
Am I real? Yeah, Spiral. What's it? I'm playing cave. Just. I'm playing cave. They're all streaks.
He's going ladder. He's in gold ladder gold. Nice. Let's go.
I'm top cave. He's gold rock. He went gold. Inside gold.
Radio.
Inside gold.
He smoked.
Radio.
I have rails.
Radio. Cross 2 radio. 3 times.
Rails dead. Rails dead.
Top ladder. Wait, top ladder. Absolute.
Yep.
Ladder. You have a 1v1 hill right now. 1v1.
Ladder hitting gold. Ladder hitting gold. Ladder hitting gold. Ladder hitting gold.
Fine. Turret.
Two old. One's gonna be middle.
Yeah, one old. No top. All right, rails and old. Rails and old.
Top spiral sub.
All right, I stun rails. I got stun rails. No attack.
All right, rotate.
Rails. I need a rail. Yeah, I need a rail. Save.
Go.
Give me a top ammo.
I'm nading top ammo then. He's stunned like front hill.
Yeah, they're settled. Weak.
He's right. Beer steps.
Hill again. Weak rails.
I'm going low left. Let's get top. Nice. I have low left.
Yeah, watch pinch. I'm in gold.
Okay,
I got time.
Outside cave.
Good flank, Pat.
One's low left from him.
Watch cave flank for a second.
There's two left on me.
Gold.
Need rails.
Left.
Let's go, baby.
I have gold.
Hold left.
One back down to gold. He backed up. Yep, Spiral.
No, top spiral right now.
I'm looking for it.
He went up.
Weak. I don't see him. I got 8 up. One shot.
No tax.
Help me hill.
I got him. All right, low left. Low spiral again. And one's left.
I'm left.
Big time.
I go left.
I need top spiral. I'm gonna go left.
I watch right.
All right.
All right. You have left.
Yeah, have it.
Go.
That's where right now.
One shot. One more top ammo. Nothing rails. Ammo, navy. And one top barrel. Top ammo. Oh my God. Top barrel. I don't see him.
He's low left. No, he's
Apathy getting hyped for EG. He's at 15-11. The comms were on. He was making plays. Had a 180 onto Kenny where he started to get hyped. And they're trying to push this out as they hit the 125 mark.
Yeah, great pit center hold. I thought they could have done a little bit better at turret. When we were at that hill, they had a really nice setup. Apathy was top middle. He over-challenged the guy at ladder. He got taken down, and then it just sort of spiraled out of control there. But you heard Apathy. He was really the main guy getting hyped up. You know, this EG lineup, there's not a lot of guys who bring a ton of energy to the comms. I mean, it's usually just good, calm communication. But Apathy's a guy, when he's playing well, you will hear him on the other side of the stage. So, as you said, him sitting at 15 and 13, a great sign for Evil Geniuses.
Streak now coming in. The glide bomb able to connect. Accuracy is going to get dropped out of ladder room, and this is a chance for them to collapse. They are going to end up spawning out. You have one team on bridge side, the other on turret side. The rotation's, though, going to come in from EG as there's only 20 or so seconds remaining here. The only person really in a position from Team Kaliber on the other side of the map is going to be Enable.
If Enable can, well, no, you have Kenny all the way in the back as well. I say Enable's just going to try and find an opening, not able to do so. Pharaoh, he takes down Ace top middle, and now it's going to be, you know, TK, how do they break on in as well? The lead changes once again, just so back and forth between these two teams on this map. We'll see, smoke's already going off. Kenny is going to try and hit closet. You have a three-man push coming out from TK. Pharaoh able to open it up. Here starts those trades as Enable and Kenny get kills. There's just one player left, and TK spawns out Evil Geniuses as Assault, the lone man, gets taken out.
A break like that is what can change a game. Like, that might be the moment you look at when this is said and done. If TK can take it, that break on Castle Road so difficult, but they make it look easy, Joe.
Yeah, they just had a great team push, and I'm not sure where Pharaoh got that first kill on it, but as soon as that happens, they have the 4 versus 3, and they were able to take it. Enable, he gets 3 right there. Just seems like things are starting to heat up, but still, just a 5-point game. There's only 15 seconds left. We're going to head down towards turret. You already have Silly in a position below cave. Pharaoh's able to find Assault rotating, but he's not going to know Silly is there. And TK, it looks like they're trying to take control of top middle as you have Enable and Kenny starting to work that middle staircase with accuracy as well. So the only player they sent towards that cave area was Pharaoh.
Some streaks now coming in. Enable had that big 3-piece to close out Castle Road. Now going to turn it into a glide bomb. He wants to bring it in early, so Silly's early positioning not going to matter, but that doesn't connect. Did he hit like the side of the gun there?
He must have. Yeah, he must have hit something. Silly able to stay alive, but now it's Kenny's turn to get on in. At least that gives them that opening. Enable on a pinch now, and now he's got full streak. 7 in a row for Enable.
Hopefully he can use those better.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was funny, man. Silly survives it, but Kenny ultimately does pick up the kills. Enable trying to keep this streak going, though. Just right now picking up time in turret. A little over 10 seconds remaining. And now the nice part, you know, from this side of the map, it would be very tough to break in towards pit center. But with these streaks, though, you definitely have a lot more options. He's going to use it right away. I'm not shocked.
All right, he's able to find one. He backs the rest up. This should allow his teammates to get positioning. You have Kenny pushing up ladder. Pharaoh, he's able to get top middle control, so that's exactly what he wanted to do. Kenny goes on that pinch as well. Knows one's up here. Not able to take down Apathy. Again, Apathy's having a wonderful game. But the subs of TK, Enable and Kenny right now, have taken on over as Enable uses that fighter pilot, allows them to break into pit center, and they have control now with a 40-point lead. They're still, though, playing for those spawns, and accuracy able to spawn on that side, so good job by TK.
Enable hasn't died in what seems forever.
He's on a
at
10,
this point.
still alive. I had no idea.
Yeah, he has not died in quite some time. Still finding kills. 11 in a row now for him. His teammates finding them as well. 210 on the board for Team Kaliber. Only need 40 more points to go. They've got the side of the map they want. They've got the hard point control right now. Kenny all the way pushed up into bricks as he's just chopping down EG. 3 in a row for him. Enable's finally going to drop, but it's that dynamic duo you're seeing right now with Kenny and Enable. I talked to Kenny on Hot Mic. He's like, Enable is one of my favorite all-time teammates. They love playing together. They love working together, and they're doing it great on this map.
Yeah, it's sort of that switch that they made, you know, when you bring Pharaoh into the flex role. I think he's been playing a little bit better. I've heard the guys in the back sort of joke about it, but they're basically like, hey, don't go negative with the AR. Kenny's going to take it, just joking with him. But, yeah, it seems like that not only helped Pharaoh, it seems it helped Enable a lot. With just 4 more seconds left, he's going to call the artillery in, and TK going to take game number 1.
they're able to get it done. It all started with that castle road break. That's where they started to open up the game, and then from there they just started to dominate. That's one of those plays that sometimes can like break the back of a team, because you know if we were on with the comms of EG in that moment, they were frustrated. You have to be. Whenever you give up your quote-unquote money hill, when you have an optimal setup like that, it is very, very frustrating.
Well, you saw in that Bronze Star, that's enabled getting 3 kills on the hill. So that's the start 475 points right there.
And that's the start of the Terry goes on, where he hits the 10 streak. He gets the streaks that come into it. I bet they have to be laughing at the
like, I was fried.
They have to be. No, they got to be laughing at that glide bomb, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he
I got silly. I'd say, what just happened?
Did he hit like the lip of it?
Yeah, I think he did too. Just that like little side on the gun. Well, let's see if EG can answer back. Now, this is where it's tough though. This is why you have to win the game one. It feels like when you're EG, because you've been so poor in search and destroy. Now, TK hasn't been phenomenal. It's definitely been like their weakest mode. They have not been great in search, but EG's been abysmal, and they've got to get it here. You go down 2-0 in this series of TK. I know TK got reverse swept by Echo Fox last week, I believe it was. Like, they're definitely, it's possible, but you go down 2-0, man, EG's in trouble.
Yeah, I just think sort of the vibes go away. I'd love maybe in Game 3, if they are down 0-3, if we could go, if we did, like go to a listen-in with them and just hear Apathy and the difference that he has, or even towards that end of that game. Because Apathy is a guy, he gets loud and hype like that, but when he's playing well and when his team's playing well, but when it's the opposite, that sort of goes away. Sometimes those like good communicators, they stick with that throughout the entire game, but Apathy definitely not want to do that.
Well, TK as it stands up 1-0 in this best of 5. Just didn't have a chance though before the series to talk to Pharaoh. Let's hear his thoughts.
Thanks, Maven. Yeah, Pharaoh said they're feeling pretty good about this matchup, even though they did get 3-0'd by EG last time. Each map itself seemed to be pretty close, so he says that didn't really let them, throw them off at all. And like you guys had been mentioning before, that role switch where Pharaoh is now playing Flex, he cited that as one of the main reasons that they're feeling pretty good this series. So let's see how the rest of it goes. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Jess. And yeah, I mean, this series is big for a couple of reasons. Obviously, you want to get top 4, but you also don't want to be in that 4th spot. Like, you don't want to play Rise round 1. Like, no one wants to play Rise round 1.
I do not.
Yes, you need to first solidify your spot in the top 4. But then you do not want to be 4th. Anywhere but 4th. Anywhere. You feel a lot better about it.
I think, if you're Division A, you probably, looking at the standings now, you'll probably have LG, Rise, Opic in some sort of order, top 3, potentially.
Well, LG's got work to do, though. They're still in 5th, remember?
That's true.
United's in the 4th spot.
Oh, that's true. United and Unilat, so who knows? Never mind.
Yeah.
Forget what I was talking about.
Weird.
But yes,
it's weird.
You do not want to play Rise.
When we looked at the hypothetical on Hot Mic, we basically did a playoff bracket. If everything stayed exactly the same, and it looked so weird to me because LG wasn't on it. It just looked odd.
It was like Unilat in the United.
LG's been like a lock for top 3 all year, basically, at your open events. Like, they've been so consistent.
They still did it at Anaheim. Yeah, top 4.
Oh, no, I'm saying like, they have been. Like, they've been so consistent. It was strange to see that playoff bracket without them in it, but obviously we'll get to those final 2 weeks of Division B here, starting next Tuesday. But this, I think it was Kenny. He was on Hot Mic and he saw when we brought the bracket, he saw they were playing Rise first. He goes, ooh, or something like that. Like, oh, that's tough. But then again, I guess if you want to play Rise, maybe it is on a Friday to kick things off. That's when they sometimes seem a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, yes, that is. They need a couple tiebreakers to go their way. But yeah, playoffs, I mean, I think that's an event that we all look forward to, Stage 2 playoffs.
Who 3-0'd Rise on Friday in Anaheim? It was Team Kaliber.
That is very much true. TK, though, up 1-0. We're headed to Arden for a search and destroy. You got to be feeling pretty good if you're TK. After winning that map 1, you get a forest search. This is one where they've played a lot of it. And again, talking to Enable and some of the adjustments that they have made, it's really just been around him saying, you know what, I'm going to just fly with guys like Pharaoh and Kenny. I'm not going to really take my time. That's when I find myself in trouble. I want to take those one-on-one gunfights.
Well, let's get right into the search and destroy. Let's see what Team Kaliber opt to do with the bomb. It looks like they're going to apply a lot of pressure to mid right away. Smokes are out. Going to try to cut off that sideline for Assault. It doesn't matter. Assault gets shots through the smoke and a grenade.
This is
Kenny has a chance to play. He's going to come in behind, and there's 2 for him. Suddenly, it's a one-on-one very quickly. Pharaoh versus Assault.
Yeah, he spotted his shoulder, and he's reading this correctly as well. He knows Assault is a player that makes decisions quickly. It's going to be an AR versus AR. But Assault just trying to watch both ways behind that rock. And Pharaoh's coming around that corner. We'll see who's going to get the better timing. Oh, my goodness. It's looking like it's going to be Assault. But actually, Pharaoh turns around. And it was a 4 versus 2. But Kenny slipped through the cracks of that smoke. got behind those players. You saw what EG was doing. There were 3 rushing down middle. It perfectly countered TK, but Kenny got through, gets a couple of kills, and that forces a 1 versus 1 for Pharaoh.
And Assault had no chance. He got hit with 2 hipfire bullets there from the bar. He was just fried. There was nothing he was going to be able to do there.
As soon as I don't even think he was scoped in yet. Like,
He was just obliterated. Every time you see, like if you see it maybe from a different angle and you're wondering how somebody died so fast, typically it's because of something like that. The hipfire connects and the kill just seems so quick.
But EG headed towards that A site, but you have accuracy here in this cabin alley. Able to find one, dips in a cabin, trying to get more. What can he find? Finds a second, can't find the third. Aches finally trades that out. But Kenny and Enable so fast on the map as they hit through bunker. The last player alive, he gets taken down, and just like that, 2-0 to TK.
And I know we haven't watched, obviously, every single EG search. We've seen some of them, and it's been obviously poor recently. Is there anything that really stands out for you that's really been the biggest problem for them in search?
I like what they do typically. I think a lot of times teams commit a little bit too fast, so the rotations come in. Like right there, you saw accuracy was a little bit hesitant to look at his cabin alley because he didn't see any smokes. He had no idea what was going on. And EG were throwing a bit of a delayed A play, right? So they want the guys B to be spread out so those rotations don't come in that fast. I just think it's just comes down to just clutching up. Like how many times have we seen like 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 versus them, and then they lead on to them getting streaked on. You know, it's just some individual plays that aren't going their way. Because I think they worked very hard for their beginning and like mid-round strats. It's just the end round that just hasn't gone their way.
Well, it's tough to like practice that. Not that these guys really scrim much search, but it's like it's easy to do your opening setups and talk those through.
Yes.
The late round, you can't really replicate that, right? Like it's these instant reactions.
And typically it's comms, so I would probably blame it on communication.
I think that's probably closer to the truth. Communication might be a little bit off.
I mean, they're one of the more creative search and destroy teams ever since the Bell was put up, ever since Seattle. You know, when the Yacht Runners up, we were always so impressed with just sort of their breakoffs, what they were doing with smokes. They set a lot of these search and destroy strategies that teams have taken from them. But it's just that end round that really hurts them.
That's where it's tough. It's like, yeah, you have a great coach in Bevels and maybe going through stuff. He can't help you, and that's the
yeah, you can't.
Nothing he could do there. 2-1 now for Team Kaliber. Pharaoh got the cross with the snipe. The smoke is going to come in. That's going to cut off his sight line. He's just getting whatever nades he can get out to try and delay their pressure, maybe to the top ruins. His teammate, though, going to drop in the process. Aches peeks, and the white peak going to punish him. Enable was able to get top. It's a nice hold on here for B.
Just say, are they going to know Enable was there? Enable, he gets traded out, though. And that's, I mean, Enable goes for 1, right? So he takes that PPSH and goes top. But Pharaoh's got to be careful here. Their pressure could be here. Just trying to find a time. He actually able to find one. Goes on that flank. Has Silly behind the bomb. Weakens him up. But Silly with that PPSH hit some nice shots. Had a back accuracy down. And now Silly takes the bomb.
I think accuracy sticks that gunfight. If he has had more in the clip, he's ran out of bullets and had to reload. You love that for him with this type of gun at this range. Stun does connect, but not to any effect. Under 30 seconds now to go. Silly has that bomb. It's just he's got to get across, and he is just picking accuracy apart, bullet by bullet. Finally going to push him. That was great. Great play from Silly.
Yeah, as soon as accuracy gets behind that pillar, he's in a tough spot. I mean, Silly just has positioning. And in every single step that Silly gets closer with that PPSH, the gunfight is more and more in his favor. So well played by Silly. I thought he was going to try and rotate that bomb through. I think that's what accuracy thought as well. Instead, he stays in you, just waits for him patiently, able to spot him out. So good round for Silly. Now 2 rounds in a row for EG.
Silly with that clutch gets pretty close to a glide bomb. 200 more points needed. They'll be playing toward this A side. It's going to be a mid to you hit very, very quickly. Apathy going to have a lot to deal with. He can be fantastic in these positions. He gets backed up by an 8. He has Aches here to help. Aches, Kenny lines up both. That can't happen. It can't happen.
That is the same strat that we saw in round 1 from TK, but EG sent 3 up middle. And that's why it came down to a 1 versus 1. This time, there was no presence from EG mid. And Enable and Kenny just took you control, backed Apathy on up, and yeah, Apathy and Aches just line up for Kenny, as you said. Silly working on some streaks 5 in a row, so they might not even go into this round. They might just give this one up You know, you only have 25 seconds. Maybe they'll send Assault. See if he can have some heroics, but this round should be all but over.
Assault will try to make the play, but Unable, ready and waiting, and like you mentioned, Silly is going to bide his time as he's working towards these streaks at 5-2. But a nice round to Team Kaliber. I mean, you had a presence there for EG. They just got smoked.
Yeah, and by the time that you give up bomb control like that, like you should just be playing the 4 versus 4 retake. Like I personally feel Apathy and Ace should probably be further back. Like, you know, Kenny or Pharaoh, guys that are so confident in Search and Destroy are going to try and take those gunfights.
Yeah, it just seemed awkward. Like, you saw Apathy back down when the nade first came in. You thought they were going to back up and play the retake, but then it looked like Ace tried to get the angle, maybe just peek for a second, see if anyone got to top ruins, and Kenny just comes soaring at him. And able to find both.
Communication.
Certainly. Kenny made the plays on offense, trying to do it on defense as well. He thought Assault was maybe going to push, but he sits back, so the grenade doesn't connect.
I thought he was going to have him. He had him weak in that corner. Assault's still there. If he places that nade in a better spot, it's potentially first blood instead. Enable gets picked by Ace. Nice shots from Pat to find that first blood. I mean, looking at the first blood count, EG is leading 4-2. But TK has the round edge, and look at this. From Kenny out of TK. He might catch his player as well. That's Ace. He's able to find one. Just look how aggressive and quick to the decisions that TK is. That's why I love watching these guys. Guys like Kenny, guys like Pharaoh. Accuracy now on that pinch. He at least finds one. Now it's a 2 versus 2.
Kenny and Pharaoh up against Assault and Apathy. Pharaoh just back down. Such a hard gunfight. The plank going to be coming in now for Apathy as well.
See what Kenny's going to try and do. Yeah, it's so tough when you have a player with an AR up there. I would have loved to maybe see them like sort of double challenge that from you, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, good round out of EG there. He got a little bit scary as TK started to work their flank.
You just see how hard, I mean, if you don't have any stuns or nades or anything to clear somebody out of this spot, you see it every time. Any player in the Pro League, you put them in that position, they're not losing that gunfight. And when they do, we let you know. But it's pretty darn rare. So tied up now, 3-3. And it looks like they're going back to the bell hit. Last time, obviously, Kenny was able to get very aggressive. He's doing it from mid-map this time. He's stunned up at that airborne class.
The difference here is you have 3 members of EG here. You have Ace top, you have 2 in you. Ace weakens a couple up. Now he's got to be careful of those nades. He's got the help of Apathy and Silly. Ace gets taken down. Apathy gets taken down. Do they know? Yeah, they have to know Silly's here. He got a kill. So they know it was a 3 stacking Pharaoh with some nice shots with that bar. Just like that, it's a 3 versus 1. I mean, EG read it correctly. They stacked 2 players in you.
I thought once Kenny died in you, you're kind of pinched there. It falls apart for TK. You think they're in trouble, but you just get a nice individual play from Pharaoh. Able to hit some nice shots with the bar. But Assault on the EG side, not quite out of it yet. This would be for a 1v3. He's narrowed it down to 2 players, Enable and Pharaoh.
Just trying to find something. There's no player up top. Knows there's a player on bomb. Nice shots out of Enable to clean that on up. But yeah, I think after that first blood, might have been a bit of an overpeak from Ace. You know, you have 2 players watching your cross when you're on sort of that back ramp towards the top platform. I don't engage unless probably my teammate does watching the cross. There's no reason him, there to overpeak that. He gets taken down. As soon as that happens, the collapse comes onto the players in you. They're just in such a tough area.
Seems like no one's been able to get like a multiple round advantage in quite some time. This is TK's chance. Kenny soaring at him. Absolutely soaring at him. Oh, doesn't finish the kill though. Silly just gonna get away. That nade looks pretty good, but Silly able to back out the back belt.
Yeah, but Kenny's going back. He's going back for more. But EG saw him jump across, and he's just going back and forth, making snow angels.
Well, he got a lot of information there. He saw, at least 3 players at this point.
Here comes the nades. Enable backs on up. You do have 3 players here. Enable and Pharaoh. towards that top platform. Still have Kenny here. Kenny goes for that gunfight. Backs on down. Smart decision. That was Ace with an AR. Mabel watching low.
TK's done a great job just not getting picked and wasting all this time. And now
look how much map control they have. Like, all 4 of those players are stuck in that bell.
And now accuracy going to get in the mix as he's rotated over from the A bomb site. Pharaoh gets picked up. McKinney here to trade it. Kenny has been at this site for what seems forever, but it is going to be a 1v1. Accuracy versus Aches. Aches has to take the gunfight. He has no time to work with. Has to think about the bomb plant or the gunfight. Better position there for accuracy and an easy win.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it was the opposite where accuracy was behind that pillar, and it was Silly who just had that position that he had. Aches right there, had 18 seconds left, had to challenge that. But yeah, I mean, just due to the map control of TK, EG just couldn't get pushed out. And as soon as they did, the trades were there.
See if TK can close it out here and take a 2-0 advantage. You get the angle. Nice play by Pharaoh. He's had some spectacular moments in this map, too. He's 8-4, double positive. And definitely put the odds in his team's favor multiple times here throughout the course of this.
Yeah, just switching it up. Knows EG likes to take mid control, has from time to time. That's what they did in that round 1. Pharaoh reads it correctly. You have Kenny spotting a couple of players. Pharaoh again with a nice snipe. Makes it a 4 versus 2. Apathy, though, he's able to find one. Can Silly find one? No, not able to do so. Now just on Apathy, he's going to get taken out.
TK win it comfortably once they get rolling. It was a 3-3 game. It ends 6-3 after they rip off 3 in a row. Pharaoh, whether it was with the bar or the snipe, just picking apart EG.
And you wouldn't believe it, but the EG woes and search and destroy continue.
They still just 1 win, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 in like 16 now. It's not good. I mean, we stopped talking about it after they got their first win, but I'm going to keep talking about it because it is abysmal.
I said if they lost that series to FaZe yesterday, the pressure just builds so much from that point.
You can see the frustration.
Absolutely.
When do you see that from Silly? I mean, Silly is a very calm guy. You don't see that from time to time. That is a lot of emotion from him.
TK up 2-0, looking to close out this series and maintain their spot in the top 4. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to EG versus TK. So far, it has been all Team Kaliber up 2-0. Where are we headed for the CTF?
Flat Tower.
Flat Tower, okay. So we've talked a lot about EG on a map like Ardent Forest. We see them play that a heck of a lot. It'll be interesting to see them on Flat Tower, what they're able to do against this Team Kaliber lineup that is cruising right now.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you know TK in their history. I'm not surprised by the fact they don't want to play them on Ardent Forest CTF, especially the way that their subs have been playing in Kenny and Enable. You know, take it to them. It's a bit quicker. Obviously, we know EG can slow down any CTF map that they put their mind to, but, you know, for TK, they trust in their submachine gun power. They're going to have to bring it here on Flag Tower.
Nade kill for either side to open things up. We've talked at length about EG in the opening 60 seconds of maps. How many scores they've put through. They've been spectacular in those moments. Obviously, it's a little bit different than Arden, but you still have potential to strike early. Looks like, if anything, though, that might be the case for the Team Kaliber side. They're going to get map position here early. It's really just Aches mid-map that can make a play by Lobby.
He throws a stun out, but he gets taken down by accuracy. This is a great push. And I believe you actually have 2 ARs right now on the side of TK, so they can get some angles, some wide angles from Enable and accuracy with those STGs. There's one right there. There's his second as well. Aches, he spawns up. The flag is taken, and accuracy actually gets 3. Can he find the 4th as well? Not able to do so as Kenny finds it. Assault spawns up. So does Silly, and they're trying to hit the overextend. But like I said, you have Enable with that AR, but he's not able to find anything, and Kenny in a bit of a trouble here.
Barrow trying to...
I think he just got through. Yep, he's able to get through as well.
There's going to be the first score in just over a minute. TK able to do it. They're going to give the flag to accuracy, so he picks up the streak. That's a glide bomb for him. He needs some ammo, though. I think he had one
on the back.
Yeah, he had. That's tough. You want to go for more streaks. He's just trying to find a gun. I think he had 1 bullet in his STG. That makes it tough.
Yeah, and the counter's now on. 4 go down for TK. And maybe due to that, but he has a glide bomb. This is why they gave him that flag. And it looks like he's just going to go for assault, get that guy mid-map so his teammates can push up. They're actually behind the flag carry, though. That's Kenny and Enable. Nice shots out of those two. Flag is dropped. You do have Aches and Apathy trying to work for it. Apathy gets taken out. Now it's on to Aches, and Aches is able to win 2. But it's one more. It's Pharaoh here. And there was some shaky shots. Dives on the flag. Just able to get that return. I thought Aches was going to do it.
Almost made the play. Just one more member he couldn't get past. And it's just another frustrating moment in a long slew of them for this EG side.
I mean, if you know, that hot start out of accuracy plus a fly cap, that doesn't happen. He doesn't get the glide bomb, it's probably tied up. Instead, has to slow down that flag. And now, once again, you have TK trapping EG in their base. Kenny's getting pushed up, but he gets taken down. Enable, though. Great defense right there from EG. Enable, the last player here, he's able to find one. Knows there's a flank, though, out of assault. Nice read on him as well. So he's going to stop the push-up for EG, give his team map control once again.
See if maybe he can get some streaks in the process. The reinforcements starting to get their way across the map. They have to go through Aches, though, who's playing inside a lobby right now. 4 evil geniuses. Enable just dancing around, finding whatever he can. Unfortunately, what he finds is the PPSH of Silly. That's able to shut him down.
Remember, after that game, too, we saw Silly very frustrated on camera. And while he had a 1-7 start.
If there's a mode that you can get very frustrated in, it is CTF. Yeah.
He's able to find a couple in a row, though. Nice shots onto Enable, not able to finish it, though. But after he's getting pushed up towards this elbow area, you have Aches who climbed through the window. So good map control right now for EG. Only down 1, but when we see EG win CTFs, they typically have the lead. They sort of bleed out the game.
Won't be the case here, Joe. But still a ton of time to play.
Yeah.
And the only streak earned was just that 1 glide bomb, right? From accuracy, he already invested that, so.
What a play out of Kenny as well. He was being hunted down by Silly. Silly chased him all the way around that elbow. And Kenny goes on a flank. On the other side of the map, Enable is able to find Apathy. He's looking for some more kills. If he pulls that flag, he has an opportunity.
Especially with you had, what was it? You had Kenny mid-map, too. He's able to pull that, just get into the lobby, go straight to mid. Probably has some help quickly.
Instead, though, turns around. Was waiting for his teammates, but he gets taken down.
It's one of those moments, you know, Kenny on Hot Mic basically said when it comes to CTF, they're trying to play it a little bit a little bit smarter. Sometimes they would get overzealous, a little bit over-aggressive, try to bury teams instead of just trying to play for the win.
But I think that's one where it's like, okay, I realize all 3 of my teammates aren't even near me. You know, I went on one-on-one, I might as well just go for this. If it pays off, you're up 2. You know, you win another one-on-one, your teammates can help you, you're up 2. If you die, your team still has, you know, defensive positions on your flag. But it is what it is. They have a 1-0 lead, like you said.
Well, I don't know that I would call that safe. They had a 3-0 lead going into a second half on Black Tower against Echo Fox that they watched disappear very quickly. So lead absolutely not safe, but then again, I don't think EG is necessarily as explosive as Echo Fox is.
Yep, going into half, just a couple seconds left. Nobody's getting a flag touch, so 1-0 lead for TK. 14-5. I didn't even see that out of accuracy. He's on another 5 spree, so we'll have to watch him off the start. See if he can earn some more streaks. This is right off the break where he finds 3 kills while that flag's being pulled, and he finds the 4th as well. But EG, man, remember what I said? Remember how pumped they were in game 1, and then after that, it just sort of floated away?
I just had this feeling, man.
I know.
The one team was going to struggle and fall out of the top 4, and I don't know why you just get that vibe that EG was going to be it. Maybe it just goes back to because a similar thing happened in stage 1. Obviously, different position. They weren't, you know, sitting at 7-3 or whatever it was heading into the final 2 weeks. But
wow, look at this play out of Kenny. He just runs right down the middle. He forces EG to back up. Oh, if he wins that gunfight, another potential for a flag. He gives his teammates map control. Enable off the break with that STG. Remember, accuracy, he's at 6 in a row. At 680, he just needs an assist for a glide bomb. That'll help. We saw what it did on the other side.
see if accuracy can get into a position to get the streaks. I mean, you get them. You might use it in the spot you're in right now.
And you see what this team's doing. They were forcing sort of the right side of the map, and the only person watching the left side is accuracy. They want to give him a kill. They still want to work up the map a little bit, and it looks like it'll be middle and right. So you can see what they're doing. They have a bit of a cross set up. So the only person that has to worry about it is accuracy. So he can get a kill, and he's in a gunfire right now, but Assault doesn't take that challenge. He has to be careful. Look at number 5. That's silly. Worked up that elbow.
Yeah, he found 2 kills that actually really opened it up for EG. Accuracy is playing it so safe, so patient, so smart. Just wants to make sure he gets that streak. A grenade comes in. Bit of a Kobe there for Makes. Picks him out of the window. No streaks coming in for Team Kaliber, and now the pressure's coming in. Silly's still alive on this side. He's got 3 kills in a row. Finally does get traded out. Pharaoh trying to make the play in the base. Can't get away, though. Caught with an 8 in his hand. This is a chance. I mean, I know it's just really Aches here, but he has Apathy now coming to supplement this. As soon as Apathy gets here, Aches drops.
Yeah, accuracy's been lights out, especially in defensive situations. Yes, he doesn't find streaks, but I mean, they've already burned 2 minutes off the clock, right? So the pressure, every single push is there more and more for Evil Geniuses, and the kills just aren't going their way, as all of them right now are negative. That's sort of the big thing for me. That's the big problem, is finally Silly and Aches are able to find some kills. That's all 4 down, but it might just be a little too late, yeah, for Pharaoh. Like, when you look at the side of TK, when they're struggling, you look at Accuracy and Kenny to really step up, and they do. Like, the side of EG, if Assault and Apathy aren't playing well, like, slaying-wise, even Silly at times, there's no, like, superstar to sort of dig them out of a hole. That's the problem. They all have to be on, and if they're not, you see the result.
Yep, you absolutely do. This is looking like a 3-0 for TK. They still have to hold on for 2.5 more minutes here. But there just haven't been a lot of chances for EG at all. I mean, they're not a team that usually has a lot.
Yeah, they're not used to this.
But
yeah,
they usually make those couple of chances count. But yeah, as you mentioned, though, they're usually playing with the lead a lot of those times.
They had 1 chance, and it was a great chance, but you had the glide bomb. That would have been a flag cap. And now, look what TK's doing. Like you said, they're playing very conservative, but now you have some pressure on the other side of the map. Pharaoh going for a flag pull. Aches, though, able to read that. Now it's Enable versus Aches. Enable, he wins that one, but the spawn's not in his favor. But
yeah, I think he's hoping, you know, from his position there, he doesn't spawn him deep.
But now all Kenny has to do, as I say, just find a couple of kills and just slow down the push. Don't allow EG a 4-man push. They're just wasting time right now. That's all Accuracy has to do. Lock this down.
We'll see with 90 seconds left if EG really gets any good 4-man pushes. Not a lot of time. And they keep getting staggered by Team Kaliber. Silly's now giving up his position. Pharaoh's going to rotate across to deal with that. And look at Assault right now. He's a kill off streaks.
So able to get the glide bomb. Fly is pulled as well. You have a 2 versus 2. Finds another one. That's full streaks. This is it. But the spawn comes in on the other side of the map due to the positioning of the flag. Pharaoh finds 2 kills, but you still have the streaks.
It's gonna come.
So Silly and Apathy have to wait for them. Yeah, you can see their positioning. They're staggered right now, and here we go. Here comes that fighter pilot on in. I don't know if he's going to find anything. He might find it on the other side of the map. Yeah, he doesn't find nothing. And Kenny actually wins that gunfight. Oh, boy.
You still have a bunch of streaks to work with, just not a lot of time on the clock to do it. Here comes the glide bomb. Accuracy in trouble. Tucks away in a corner, though, and live to see another day. Kenny, another kill while streak is coming in. So crucial in moments like that.
Yep, huge kills. I mean, EG knows their location due to that glide bomb. But sort of what you said, TK played this perfectly. They played their defensive holds. They played their lead in pretty much EG style. The big problem for EG, they just had nobody slaying. Assault picked it up there at the end to get those streaks. But besides that, for most of the game, they were all negative on the side of TK. Great game out of accuracy.
I like that it shows. I mean, we know TK can play, you know, I want to say kind of like fast and reckless at times, in a good way almost. Like when you have like Pharaoh.
When you have to.
And they're playing really strong. But like they showed there that they can kind of switch gears a little bit, slow it down, lock him in, play conservative, make sure you get the W. And it's almost exactly what Kenny was talking about on Hot Mic. Fantastic stuff there. Is TK, by the way, they're like quietly on a bit of a tear. You know, they win the 2 matches yesterday. They reverse sweep, Red last night to close the night. They now get a convincing 3-0. Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Because July 4th, yeah. But I know it's got me all mixed up, yeah. But they've had a nice final week.
I mean, again, we thought at Anaheim when they 3-0'd Rise, we're like, this is it. And then they beat another team. And then they lose to Luminosity.
Big LG 3-0.
And then they lost to E6 Saturday. Like, we know this team has a ton of potential. I mean, a ton of potential. The talent is there. But yeah, maybe we're finally starting to see it piece together. You just needed a little bit more time, and that helps when you're playing that well in CTF.
This is the time to click when you're getting ready for a playoff run and a champs run.
Pressure's on EG.
Team Kaliber seem to be finding an incredible form at the right time of year. Can they find some magic? They've won events before, but guys, we still have more action coming up next.
TK has gotten their spot in the top 4. They will be going to playoffs, and they do it in style as well. They're able to grab the 3-0 here, but they've been on an absolute tear, looking really nasty here in the final moments of this division, of this stage. And just like that, they will be one of the teams guaranteeing a spot in the top 4. My name is Rich, and we're going to break it down here on the desk. We got Chance and Nameless. Guys, what's going on with the squad? Why are they looking so good?
I think Enable stepped up pretty massively in the respawns. Like, he didn't single-handedly win them like the Gibraltar, but like he was the main factor. He goes on the 10 streak, gets the fully streaks out. That's when they kind of blew the game open. And even the CTF, I thought Enable did fairly well. And then the S&D, I think it was just Team Kaliber on one of their best maps, if not their best map. They just kind of not ran circles around EG, but it just seems like they were vastly much more prepared to play some Forest S&D. So I think TK, just the better team.
I want to talk about the Gibraltar just a little bit more. It was obviously a pretty big win in favor of Team Kaliber, and we're actually going to see right now our play of the game presented by Scuff going to go down on that map, and they're just going to be able to have some really nice breaks here, Nameless.
Yeah, I mean, TK, you know, it was neck and neck for a little bit, but then, you know, Enable and Kenny, they started to turn up and get a bunch of kills on this map. And when you have players going off with subs, it's extremely difficult for the team to get pushed up or do anything, especially on a hill like Castle Road. When you have spawns here and you're able to slay out and get this time, you can build up streaks here. So we're going to see Kenny and Enable just slaying out, getting so many kills. Enable gets that 3-piece right there. You see the smoke. EG trying to use that. Enable just maneuvers around it, picks up 3 kills, 4 kills now, goes in a crazy streak, dominates the game. They end up winning like 250 to 160. So right there was a key moment for the rest of that map.
Yeah, I mean, that was one play where he picks up 4, but that turns into, I think he got up to an 11 streak, and then he gets the fully streaked out. And I think the biggest moment was like when he calls in the fighter pilot, and then that forces every single player from EG to kind of turtle up in their spawn. Kenny goes on a flank, everything just gets opened up, they get wiped, and then it was just 4-man down after 4-man down after 4-man down. But yeah, Enable stepped up massively in map number 1.
Now, we got to talk about the other side, EG. I mean, hey, look, it's no surprise they've been struggling in S&D. 1-14 is going to be the line since Anaheim for them, and that is not an easy line to toe. But we got to look even bigger picture here. Yes, TK has made it. They will be in the top 4. EG, how difficult is that road going to look now?
I mean, they have one more match, right? If they win that, they can definitely make it in still. I mean, they're still in a good position. They're still sitting there in 4th, but you got to be scared of FaZe and even Envious down there. They can both overtake you at this point in time. And whereas if you were to win that match for EG, you control your fate. They no longer like control their fate. They can still win their match, but they lose that tiebreaker if it's a one-on-one to FaZe Clan. And I believe they still have to play Envious, so that could be a tiebreaker they lose as well. So EG needs to win their next game, and they need to hope that FaZe loses. If you're an EG fan at home, you are rooting against the FaZe Clan at the moment.
Absolutely. I mean, think of it this way, right? Like, EG is at 7 wins, so FaZe needs to either get at or past it. So if FaZe wins 2, the pressure's on EG, and then for Envy, their best case scenarios, they're hoping for ties, like against, because if they get the 2 wins, they're at 7. So if EG wins, it just murders Envy dreams outright. If Envy, who I think is playing next, loses to Epsilon, murders their dreams outright. But yeah, I mean, it really comes down to, I think even on trading shots, they talked about it like they were expecting EG is going to be the team that falls off, and FaZe is going to be the team that steps up, and that is where the storyline fits. Of course, Echo Fox could still fall off as well, but they'd have to get like 3-0'd by Epsilon, and like a lot of stuff would happen. So.
But hey, anything's possible.
So just say, technically Echo Fox hasn't made it yet, so.
We see it on the schedule as well, though, that a lot of these questions are going to be answered. Up next, Epsilon versus Team Envious, and we expect Envy to be able to close this one out, but like you said, Epsilon could play spoiler here, Chance, and if they do, they could play spoiler. They could.
They could.
Mathematically, scientifically, as far as league ops are concerned, it is something that could potentially happen on the